Well, hello to our what? Welcome to our Sunday afternoon live stream. This time we wanted to do something different, but honestly, I'm not good at this. So, just welcome. Let us know where exactly from where you are looking to us right now, and
Yeah,
let's have some fun.
leave some comments. Where are you joining us from tonight? We have John here. Happy Sunday. So nice to have Mai in this universe. Well done, God. Great work. Now, promise to make football better. Thanks, John. We have a Black Ninja from Virginia Beach. Jonathan says, finally do not have a match during a live. Greetings, joining from Chicago. Cool, thanks for joining. Good to see you here, Neil. And Alberto. If you have any questions or comments or anything, leave them in the chat box. And we'll be hanging out with you guys for a while tonight. Here we have a question from Goobtron. Where should we go in Mexico that isn't touristy?
Tough question.
What do you think, Mai?
It's because I think that whole Mexico is touristy. I mean, some towns and cities are less than the others, but
Okay,
maybe.
I mean, it totally depends on your preferences, but a couple places that I've been relatively recently that I really enjoyed, that were not touristy, were a couple places in Veracruz, Orizaba. That was a cool little town. And also Lago de Catemaco. Had a really good time there. That was really cool, like being in the rainforest and everything that was around there. It was just a good time. What's a chasca? Did we say that?
I don't know.
I don't know what a chasca is. Have you tried Diego's Pizza in Juriquilla?
You did?
I did?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't, but once he had a box of that pizza place in the trash, so if you didn't try it, Laska did. But I saw that box.
That's funny. Another question. Pet-friendly bars in Querétaro or Juriquilla? Bars?
Bars.
I don't know. Give you some restaurants.
Restaurants, yeah, but bars? I'm not sure.
Like we went to Zyka, an Indian place in a recent video. That place is pet friendly. We took Laska somewhere today. Where was that? That was pet friendly.
Yeah, it was pet friendly.
Do you remember what it was called?
El Jardín de Azu.
Yeah.
Like Azu's garden. Azu is Azucena, it's a female name. And the restaurant is Azu's garden, basically. But they don't sell alcohol.
Okay. Where would you recommend to go in Chiapas? Honestly, I haven't seen much of Chiapas. I have only been to San Cristobal de las Casas. It's a unique city. It's pretty cool. But there's some awesome nature in Chiapas as well that I would like to check out, but I don't recall all the names of the places. I think one of them is like Sumadero Canyon or something. Hi, Jordan. Are you ready for more race? Yeah, bring on those double entendres that I won't understand. What's up with the Benjamin Button you're doing? I mean, yeah, all I have to do is shave and it takes like 15 years off. So for me, it's
15 years old. Oh.
off of like my current age. Yeah. So if I was 35, then I become 20. Pack Attack with the first super chat of the night. Thank you very much. Hey guys, have you ever visited Lake Chapala? It was recommended to me. Have you ever been there, Mai?
No, not yet.
I have. I liked it. I like it a lot. Ajijic is a pretty cool city, great food scene, super colorful with tons of murals all over the place. Uh, cool place in that regard. Great views next to the lake, especially in the rainy season. You have the lush green mountains right there with great hiking. There's hot springs nearby. Some Pueblos Mágicos not too far away. I like it. Where do we find the best of the best tacos?
You in Querétaro?
Sure. Where are the best of the best tacos?
I don't know. I mean, we've tried some different tacos and all are good. Taconazo tacos are good, but
Yeah, I love
are
taconazo.
kind of, you said fancy. I'm not sure if they're fancy, but are good.
I'll put the spelling in the chat.
The other ones we tried in Tejeda are good as well.
Yeah, those are good. The best of the best is hard though. There's just so many great tacos around.
We were thinking about making a video about the best 5 places to get tacos in Querétaro, but we haven't done that yet. I don't know what would you think about that. We can do that if they want to.
Not in one day though.
Yeah, of course. It's impossible.
How's the Yucatan Peninsula train coming along? Honestly, I have no idea. Do you have any idea
No,
how Train Maya is coming?
no, absolutely.
How do I become a patron? Like, so if you want to join on Patreon, you can go to patreon.com and I think it's /Tangerine Travels, or you can go there and search Tangerine Travels or simply Google Tangerine Travels Patreon. And any of those ways will take you to the Patreon account. Here's a question for you, Mai.
How's my leg foot going? What can I say? I mean, I'll go straight for the truth. I think it's getting worse. It's not getting better, but something that I noticed this week, especially, is that I'm losing a lot of balance. I almost fell on the shower. That was so scary. And I mean, I can stand walking for a long time. I was seriously thinking on the infiltration because my doctor recommended me that, but honestly, I don't want to.
Is that where you get a shot of
The
something?
shot of a painkiller and I forgot the other. There are two medicine in that injection, but I forgot the other. But anyway, I don't want to do that, even when it could be a good option for pain because it's painful. The procedure is painful, and honestly, I don't want to go for that. But yeah, I don't want to feel that I'm losing my independence and things like that. And it's something that I've been struggling this week, and that's why I think I've not felt better. And it's also I'm facing this part of knowing that it's frustrating to feel that I cannot use the pair of shoes I would love to. I can just use one or two, and if I dare to use another different ones, I perfectly know that I'm going to be in pain for 3 days or something like that.
Yeah.
So, it's a very thought process, honestly, but I perfectly know that it's going to get better someday. Yeah, thanks for asking.
Constantine asks, am I allowed to drive my vehicle into Mexico on a tourist visa? Yes. But if you're going outside of the free zone, you have to get a temporary import permit. So you can just Google Mexico temporary import permit, and that will give you the instructions on what you need to do. But basically, free zone is within something like 20 kilometers from the border, or the entire Baja Peninsula and part of the state of Sonora. And then also Quintana Roo, but that doesn't really count because you would have to have the temporary import permit to get your car to Quintana Roo. Deborah asks, if I rent a place, can I buy a filter system that will clean the water? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like a lot of people who own their homes buy a water filtration system for their home. Now, if I was renting, I probably wouldn't do that because it's just a big expense. But what I personally have is something called an eco filtro, and that's for drinking water. That I pour the big jugs, the big garrafones of water into that, even though that's probably a totally unnecessary step. But I just kind of like the way it looks in the house as well. Juan asked, do you have a link somewhere? Let me get one for you for Patreon. Oh, I need to update that. Actually, yeah, I'll post that here. But honestly, I hardly ever go on Patreon. So it's something I haven't mentioned in probably a year or more. Vanessa asked, do you guys plan on taking a Puerto Vallarta trip? I would like to go. Would you go to Puerto Vallarta?
Yes, someday.
In the winter. In the winter would be nice. Have you ever visited a Mennonite community?
No.
Me either.
I know there's one, but I forgot exactly where. And they say they had a museum, and you can live the whole experience of the Mennonite community. And I don't remember exactly where is it. I would like to go. It seems interesting to me, but I haven't tried yet.
I've had their cheese. Frank asks, as an American, are you able to get dual citizenship in Mexico? Yeah, you can if you meet the qualifications. Is cortisone the other ingredient in that?
Something like that.
Okay.
Steroid. I don't know which one.
Okay. Jordan, where'd you get that shirt? I love it. Acapulco. Yeah, I like it too. Here's a question for you, Mai.
Hi, ¿a dónde aprendiste inglés? Where I learned English when I was 4 years old at school. So basically, I've just been taking English classes since I was in kindergarten and junior high, and all the time. I've never took like an English course, a part of the normal classes I received in my whole educational experience. So that's just that.
Does the free zone include Ensenada? Yeah, so that's on the Baja Peninsula. So yeah, the entire Baja Peninsula is a free zone. So no temporary import permit needed there. Just got here. Has Mai had surgery yet? If not, when is it scheduled? Also, are you two business partners in Tangerine Travels? Want to talk about the surgery?
We don't have a date now. I mean, uh, I think it will be around October or November.
October or November?
Because Martin is my doctor. Is going to travel in September, so I don't think it's
End
going
of
to be.
September isn't an option?
I don't know. If he travels, I don't think it's a good option.
Okay. Yeah, so it's not scheduled yet, but it's imminent and coming soon. And as for being business partners, we're life partners. Kate Travel says, I love that. The best 5 taco places.
Cool.
OMG, I love you guys. Haha, so when's the wedding? Keep up the good work. Still in the planning stages.
After the surgery.
Paris says you look ravishing.
What's the meaning of that?
It's kind of a weird word to describe someone, but people say that in English. I don't know, like amazing, maybe.
Okay, thanks.
Do you lose your U.S. citizenship if you naturalize in Mexico? No, you don't. Nope. There are some countries where you can only have one citizenship, but the U.S. and Mexico are not those kind of countries.
Like China
Yep.
and South Korea.
Jordan, what's up with the youthful look? You look like you're 11 years old. 11. Wow.
So funny.
Here's a question for you. What do you think of the strawberries?
It's not strawberries. It's like.
Preppy.
¿Tienes algunas historias graciosas de ellos? What can I say? I mean, it's funny because all the time my friends had considered me as a fresa. So it's like a fresa, it's like a way of calling her someone who, I don't know, like, not how to describe it, but I don't know.
It's kind of like preppy, is the closest English translation that I know. But if you have a better one, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, I don't know how to say that.
But it doesn't have a negative connotation here, does it?
It doesn't have a negative connotations. For me, it's funny because I don't consider myself fresa, honestly. But something that it's so funny for me is that the way they talk, because they have like a very specific accent. Like I don't know how to do that, but for example, it just remind me on a Barbie character on Toy Story. When you look at that in Spanish, like Mexican Spanish, Barbie, it's like the perfect description of a fresa. Include also the way she speaks. So it's funny because I don't know why or how, but all people that are considered fresas have the same accent. And it's hilarious because I don't know how they do that, but they sound exactly the same. So that's the only
That's
thing.
funny.
Yeah, it's so weird. Yeah.
When I said the strawberries, you're like, no, that's not what it means. That reminded me of shopping for a car and learning some of the words for a car, like quemacocos. So the sunroof is quemacocos. And I was like, really? That's the word? Because it means like burn coconuts or burn coconuts.
But I was explaining him that it's not of like burning coconuts. It's like, and honestly I don't understand why, but we call here coco to the
Your
head,
head, yeah.
your head. So it's like sometimes when I was younger, my mother or my aunt or whatever used to tell me that if you stay in the sun for a long time, you are going to have your like burnt head, and it's like te vas a quemar el coco, and it's oh te duele el coco or things like that. But it's not like coconut; it's referred to the head. But I don't know who invented that word for the sunroof, because for me it's so funny. It's like something you use when you live here, but uh, it's weird anyway. I don't know why they call them cocos. It's weird.
We were looking at one car and it had a huge sunroof.
Uh-huh.
I was like, you could burn a lot of coconuts with this. And she's like, it's not referring to coconuts. And then there was some other feature of the car, I forget what it was, but it was in some car listing that we were looking at, and it was paletas something something. I was like, what is popsicles? This. She's like, with the literal translations, they were making you laugh a lot. I appreciate Maya's input. Hope everything goes well with your surgery. Ravishing is a compliment. It means unusually attractive.
Thanks.
Phrases talk like California girls. Okay. Interesting. Oh my God, like a valley girl? No, I cannot do accents. I should not even try. Can we see Alaska, please?
Where is she?
I'm not sure where she's at. She's somewhere around.
Oh, good. Then look for her.
She's had a long day. She went out to eat with us. She walked all around Central with us. Well, all around to the car and back.
She died. I mean, she's sleeping, but
Okay. She's sleeping, so maybe we won't bother her for now. So what's the word for moonroof? Quemacocos. I'll put it in the chat. Is it one word?
I don't know.
Quemacocos?
I think it is. Quemacocos. But it's weird.
It is weird.
Yeah, quemacocos.
OMG, like whatever. Valley girl. Thanks for the super chat. Hey guys, question for Jordan. How do you go about taxes? We want to move to Mexico, but we worry about taxes. Honestly, like for me, taxes is a very stressful part of my life. So I pay accountants a lot of money to handle that for me. So yeah, my best advice would be to get professional advice. I don't know nearly enough to give advice to anyone on that topic.
Taxes are stressful for everybody.
I guess it's Jordan's turn to wear the tangerine colors tonight. Yep. Why do you look bored, Jordan? Do I look bored?
So you won't look bored.
My, any news on your paw?
Anything new? No, anything new.
Yeah, she was saying earlier that she's losing some balance in her foot, and you're losing some feeling too,
Mhm.
because like I'll be like using ice or something, and you won't be able to feel it in
Mhm.
certain areas.
Yeah.
So it's even like worse than just hurting. Jordan looks tired. You're right. We both took a nap before this because we
Like
were
3 hours nap, or I
yeah,
don't know how
it
long
was
it
it
was.
was a long nap. We were both so tired, and I don't know about you, but sometimes I just have trouble waking up after a nap, and today was one of those days. What areas are the cheapest to travel with a small budget? Um, Probably in Chiapas, I'd say. Also, I went to Orizaba, Veracruz, and that place was really cheap as well.
Michoacan is so cheap. I mean,
Okay.
I love Michoacan, but if it wasn't dangerous, I would love to keep traveling to Michoacan. I sometimes I was so surprised because I remember I was like 16 years old and I went to Michoacan with my cousins. So, for example, here you pay around I don't know how much do you pay for Starbucks coffee? It's like uh, 80 pesos, 90 pesos,
For like
but
a
in dollars it's like
$4 for a large $4 for a large latte with like
mhm.
adding I don't know some special kind of milk.
And it's like similar, not just Starbucks, but with other places, the cost is similar. And so we went to Michoacan, and I remember that I really wanted coffee. So we went to a coffee shop, and I got like a medium cappuccino for 18 pesos. I mean, a dollar, less than a dollar. And I was like, this is not possible. Come on. And it was really good, actually. The coffee was really good. And my cousins were all like, yeah, he's so cheap. And I was like, okay, give me five because it's it was almost impossible to get a dollar coffee here in Querétaro. I mean, that doesn't happen. So Michoacan is always so cheap. Fruit is so perfect and so tasty and delicious, and it's so cheap compared to what we have here in Querétaro.
I like you with your arm around me. This is nice. What are you laughing at?
This one.
This one?
Do the fresas use a lot of English word anglicism? I've noticed they use in English among youngsters in Mexican movies and novelas. Yes, they do.
Big Sky Blessing. Thanks for the super chat. Jordan looks like he ate plants as a child, but not in a bad way. Uh, okay, I don't know how to respond to that.
Understand
Neither do I. Here's a question for you, Mai.
How do you check if a plastic surgeon is legit in Mexico? Where do you look to check it? How can you pick one to be safe? Thanks for the advice.
Is,
Uh,
is there a website that like will have their credentials where you can look them up or?
Uh, I think the first you can do is like to Google the name of the surgeon, and most of the time when you Google the name of the surgeon, it appears if it's legal or not. Uh, what we usually do when we're trying to get a doctor for something, it's about recommendations. We don't usually Google it. So I ask some friends or ask somebody else that had already experienced uh, with whom we took that procedure. And that's the way we do that. We have a website here which is called Doctoralia, but and it's all about health things. It you can, for example, look for a plastic surgeon, and
Yeah.
you're going to get the whole options. For example, in Querétaro.
Is this the website here?
Yes.
Okay, I'll put in the
And
chat.
you most of the time you can schedule your appointment there and things like that, and it gives a rating of 5 stars. So you can, for example, I love that website because you can read the comments from people that have already took appointment with those doctors.
Okay.
And for me, when, for example, I've needed some kind of specialty which any one of my family and friends haven't, I go straight to Dr. Alia, and it gives me like a very good idea of where to go. Most of the time, for example, what I do, it's like help my friends to find the best options.
Mhm.
And yeah, for real, if you live in Querétaro or in Mexico and someday you need some kind of special medical attention, feel free to text me or send me a message. And if it's here in Querétaro, I can highly recommend with the best specialist here. And if you are not in Querétaro, I can recommend you or look for someone who can like be trustable enough or good enough to check you or solve your problem. And it's easier for me to look for help, and I'll for sure do it and help you if you need. So feel free to do it.
Domizi, thanks for the super chat. Buenas tardes, my Jordan. Jordan, I'm getting ready to apply for my Mexican citizenship here in the USA. Do you have any advice on my next steps? Honestly, I'm sorry, I don't. I don't know anything about applying for citizenship. So I wish I could help you. Have you ever gone to, I'm going to assume this is Morelia or up in the mountains to see the ancient pyramid ruins? I did, it was great. Are there ancient pyramid ruins in the mountains here in Querétaro? Or is that somewhere else?
I got lost. Sorry again.
Are there like ancient ruinas in the La Sierra de Querétaro?
San Joaquin. And there's a place called Ranas and Toluquilla. I really love those places because they are really nice. I mean, you can see pyramids, like small pyramids,
Yeah.
but it's like having pyramids in the middle of forest. So I really
Okay.
love that place. Yeah.
Can you type the spelling of those in the chat?
Yes.
Thanks.
Ah, your keyboard is different. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anytime I have to try to type on a Mexican keyboard, like I couldn't even figure out how to put an @ symbol for like typing out an email address.
How can you? Ah, nice. Okay.
And then you said San Joaquin as well?
I don't remember if San Joaquin has ruinas. I think no. I got
Okay.
confused, just the ranas.
Okay.
And Pirámide del Pueblito, but I don't know if they would be interested on that.
Check to see if it's a cirujano plástico and not maestro in
Cirugía
cirugía
estética.
estética.
Yeah,
Because-
because it's a difference. It's not the same. A plastic surgeon is like a doctor or a medical doctor that became first a medical doctor, like general medical doctor, and then here in Mexico, at least, he has to be a surgeon. And plastic surgeon is a subspecialty of surgeon, so he had been through all that process. If you check an info and it doesn't say that he became a doctor and then a surgeon and after that plastic surgeon, it might be fake, because
Okay.
there are some people that right now with this boom of the plastic surgery and things like that have become like yeah, master in aesthetic surgery, but they are doing procedures that I honestly don't think it's okay to be done by something that doesn't have gone through all that way of the medical school and things like that, because sometimes it's kind of risky.
That's probably why you hear some stories about people who came here to get that done and then like it ends up in a total botched job or something like that.
Yes.
And then Andy Flores says check at least their cedula
Cédula
profesional.
profesional. Yeah, cédula profesional is the number we, all the professional healthcare workers, we have when we were certified being a doctor, nutritionist, or physical therapist, or whatever. So when you see the name of a healthcare professional, you are going to also have to have their cédula profesional. So you can text a cédula profesional on Google, and it has to match the number with the name of the healthcare professional. If it doesn't match, or if that person doesn't have cédula profesional or doesn't show a cédula profesional, you better not take that options because it's going to be too risky.
Okay, so to make sure that their cedula profesional is a legit number, you could just type cedula profesional and then the number into Google.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's like eight, I don't know how to
eight
say,
digits.
eight digits number. That's
Okay.
cédula profesional. And for example, like, if someone look at my name here as a physical therapist, and I always give at my professional documents all the time, you have to put your cédula profesional. So if you look at my cédula profesional, you have to get my complete name and all my data. But if, for example, you have a cédula profesional number and it doesn't match with my name, or for example, you got the name of a male, for example, that's completely fake. So be sure that the doctors had a cédula profesional. I also know that, for example, surgeons and plastic surgeons can have like two or three cédula profesionales, like one for the general medical school,
Yeah.
second for the specialty, and sometimes the third one for the subspecialty. But those three have to match with the name of the doctor.
Okay.
If one of those doesn't match, or if it doesn't have one of those numbers, you better look for another option. Yes.
Okay. Robert Delgado, thanks so much for becoming a channel member. Really appreciate that. Here's a question for you.
Mike, would you ever consider fashion bluff? You have a good style. Thank you so much. No, I honestly haven't considered that. But yeah, maybe I should. I don't know. I don't think I have enough time right now to do that.
Travis, thanks so much for the super chat and for being a channel member. I love your content. Very happy for both of you. Do you expect the minimum required monthly income for temporary residency to continue to rise in the near term? Yeah, so it's going to stay the same for the rest of 2022, but come 2023, there's going to be an increase in the minimum wage in Mexico, and the minimum required monthly income for temporary residency is going to increase by that same percentage again at the beginning of the year. And lately that's been about 15 or 20%. So you can probably expect a 15 or 20% increase come 2023. Good luck with your surgery, Mai. We can't
Thanks.
wait to watch your videos after your recovery. Thank you. Wanting to get temporary residence card in Querétaro in October. Married to a Mexican citizen. Please give me the guy you recommend for immigration. I'm gonna have to dig a little bit too. Actually, no, I think I have his WhatsApp in here. Mind, do you want to like look at the comments while I look this up, and then I'll post it in the chat as soon as I find it. Okay, I have it here. So it looks like he has a website now. He didn't when I used him. Okay, his name. Come on, send it in the chat. I typed in the website and then I pressed enter and then just loading and loading. Okay, his name is Mario Anguiano. And this is his WhatsApp number. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, there's his information for you. Again for are you willing for him to give up his citizenship for you for all time?
I don't understand.
I don't have to give up any citizenship for her. So. Do you ever sing to each other?
Yes.
She sings to me sometimes. Let's Go Luna says, you guys look so nice as a couple. Uh, how old are you, Maya and Jordan?
I'm 31. You're 11. According to people.
31 and 11. Roger asks, what's the actual dollar amount that's required to have? What is the actual dollar amount that is required to have Mexican residency? It's been a while since I've looked at the numbers, but I think the 2022 numbers for temporary residency are something like $2,600 a month in income or like 40 some thousand in savings and investments. My wife and I would like to go to an all-inclusive resort in Cancun or around Cancun. What would be your suggestion? Honestly, there's just so many of them that and I've been to so few. So for me, giving you a suggestion would be difficult. But my suggestion would probably be to go on TripAdvisor and find one that has good reviews and is in your budget, something like that. I think that's going to get you a nice resort.
Hi, Elvira. It says, hola, May Jordan. Todos los domingos les mando mensaje y ustedes no me dicen hola. May, eres una muñequita. Saludos de Los Ángeles. Thank you so much. We're so sorry. We're receiving a lot of messages all the time, and we skip a lot because keeps like passing by all the time, and it's so fast, and we are not able to read them all. So we are so sorry. But thanks for texting, and yeah, thanks for watching us every Sunday. I appreciate.
Roger asked per person. Yeah, those numbers for temporary residency, that's for the per person. But if you're married, like the second person would be lower. And as a matter of fact, like if one person could qualify and the other person couldn't, well then the one spouse could go through the process, get residency, and then the other spouse could get residency based on that person, their spouse having residency. So there's ways around it if you're married. Actually, also if you're not married, there's ways around it to have like qualify for multiple people on that same amount. Oh, putting you on the spot here.
My, would you like to start a family with Jordan? Yeah, someday. Sure.
We have a family.
With Laska.
Yep.
And a pez.
And this. The ajolote.
Viejo.
Young Dorito asks, are you still moving? Yep,
Very soon.
very soon, yeah. Thinking about opening these shades now that there's not a whole lot of light coming in behind us.
Go.
Here's a recommendation for an all-inclusive. Patty recommends Ryu Palace. Erica says, I liked Iberostar, but just do not get suckered into the quote, you will never get out of this talk or know how to get back from where we drove you in our golf cart vacation sharing talk, the timeshare presentation. Yeah, it's usually a good idea to avoid those. Roger, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. Here's another question about your foot.
Hi, Chris. My foot is doing
Poorly.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I'm still having pain and I'm struggling with some things like not being able to use the shoes I would love to, and getting tired so easily, and
Not having as good a balance.
I'm losing balance, and I'm losing like
Feeling
in my foot, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah. So surgery is coming up. Oh, by the way, in last week's live stream, some of you suggested that we should start a GoFundMe for my surgery. And after that stream, I talked to her about that, and I was like, what do you think about that idea? And she said, like, honestly, I've been really stressed about how I'm going to pay for it and how I'm going to survive for 3 months without being able to work and all that. And I think it's really cool that people are like wanting to help out, but I was raised to never ask for money, so it's not something I feel comfortable with. So because of that conversation, I started one for her.
Yeah.
So then she doesn't have to feel bad about it. So I'll share that in the chat here. Like in that one video, you're like, for the first time, you're right. You don't listen. Once again, I didn't listen.
Again, you don't listen. But I'm getting used to that.
H1 Raiders, thanks for the super chat. This one's for you, Mai.
Maybe I can have segments about physical therapy, stretches, exercises, etc.
We had in yesterday's video, we had a little segment about talking about the
like how to choose the best option, like of shoes. So what kind of things you would consider when you're traveling, and how to choose a good shoe for your travel, and
also like a tip for
Also-
how to walk on some of the tricky San Miguel sidewalks.
yes.
Joseph asked, thoughts on La Bocha? So if you don't know, La Bocha is a restaurant here in Querétaro. I think they have 3 locations here. And I like it. I think it's pretty good.
Jackie, thank you so much. Para unos tacos al pastor y las chelas.
For a few tacos al pastor.
And beers.
Yep. Michael asks, how much is the foot surgery? 250,000 pesos.
Yeah.
Or about $12,500. Thankfully, she has insurance. And what did you just do?
It's because I'm wearing a short, which is, I don't know how to call this, but it has like a lot of stripes.
Tassels.
Yeah, it has like a lot of tassels.
Here.
I don't know where is it. Ah, look, something like this. I love it. It's so comfortable. It's a short. Looks like a skirt, but it's a short. So I was like, I don't know. I'm all the time playing with those little things, and I took one off. So I hope I didn't break it or something.
And then when that happened, you looked at me like,
Yes.
when did Ana de Armas dump Ben Affleck for you? So, saying you look like Ana de Armas, I'm going to look this up.
I don't.
Can I screen share, I wonder? I don't know how to do this. Share screen. Okay, I'll try this. I hope I don't screw it up. Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm Ana de Armas here. What do you think? Do you think you look like her?
No, I don't.
I don't see it.
No.
Is that Ben Affleck?
It is.
Okay, I'm not very good with celebrities. Okay, now how do I stop the screen share? Remove. Okay, cool. Susana, thanks for the super chat. Maya and Jordan just wanted to say we love your channel. And would you mind saying hello to my husband, George? Hi, George. It will bring a huge smile to his face. Thank you. Are you considering coming to the United States for the surgery? That sounds expensive.
Mm.
It's it's already expensive here. Um, but yeah, actually, there was a surgeon though who's
He's offered his help, and I really appreciate.
yeah
So he's coming.
a foot surgeon from the U.S. is coming here and was offering to give her a second opinion.
So I think we're going to take it.
Cynthia, thanks so much. That's really nice.
Thanks.
Mai, you give free advice. I think people may want to contribute as gratitude.
Yeah, I haven't seen that perspective, but I appreciate it.
Do you have vet recommendations in Juriquilla or Querétaro?
Mm.
Ah, I mean, the guy who did Laska surgery, I would definitely recommend him. Gosh, I forget what his contact information is though. In the in the video that's on Tangerine Travels that says the title something like "I bought this YouTube channel. I take Laska to that vet." So in that video, I show that vet's office, I believe, if I remember right, and I think his information's there. What are you laughing at?
Yeah, I'm bothering because I'm putting this in your hair and your ear. And you didn't even move.
Are you going to get married Mexican style? uh,
I don't know. No, see?
what would be Mexican
What will
style?
be Mexican style? Lots of alcohol and lots of mezcal and tequila and mariachis.
That basically sounds like an American wedding, except for the mariachis. Lots of alcohol. In English, the stuff on your skirt is called fringe. I guess that would only matter if you are sewing. Okay, thanks for teaching us a new word.
Yes, I don't know.
Peter says there is an animal chiropractor who YouTubes his sessions rehabbing his animal patients. Has Mai ever massaged or adjusted Alaska after her operation? Was it helpful?
I'm not specialized in treating animals. So I recommend a friend of mine, which is specialized in treating pets.
Yeah,
So
so
she's the one who treated
yeah,
Alaska.
so she came over for quite a few sessions with Alaska, and as a matter of fact, she's in one of the videos as well,
And
giving Alaska a
she's a
session.
very good physical therapist for that. She's a nice person.
Is it Mexican style with the little guitars playing and those sombrero hats?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. I started a batch of tepache, 2 gallons. Nice. Just add a little bit of tequila in that, and you're good. I've never had tapache with tequila, just alone. Have you ever had tapache?
No, it doesn't seem appealing to me. Some people say it's good. Other people say it's like you, and I haven't tried it, but I don't know.
I kind of forget what it tastes like. If I remember right, it has pineapple.
It has a fermented pineapple,
Okay.
but the color looks so you. It's like I don't know. I don't like the color. Maybe that's why I don't like to try.
Did you ever get your house and stuff you lost in Mexico? Um, I don't, I'm not sure what you're talking about in terms of losing stuff, but we did recently find a new house and we'll be moving there very soon. Well, I'll be moving there very soon, and then I don't know. Daniel says, I'm board
Yes.
certified foot and ankle surgeon in the US. I'd be happy to give you my opinion regarding your foot.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, I already read your message. I look at it and I really appreciate it. I'm going to look for my X-ray because honestly, I don't know where I left them.
They're right up
No,
here. Oh,
no,
that's
that's the
MRI.
MRI, but the X-ray, I don't remember where I left them. But yeah, thank you so much. We'll contact you so you can give us your opinion about this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's really kind of you.
Yes.
Thanks a lot. Alfonso asks, is there any dog grooming places in Querétaro? Do you like to spoil Alaska sometimes? There are a lot of dog grooming places in Querétaro. In fact, there's a lot of mobile groomers as well that I see around. So maybe I should order a mobile groomer for Alaska. And do you like to spoil Alaska? Yeah. We were spoiling her yesterday. We went to this ice cream shop. Well, actually, like we took her to the mall and she ate lunch with us. We walked around the mall. She got to meet lots of people and sniff dogs and things. And then
She was licking a lot of people. I mean, people was just
walking by.
walking by, and she was licking everybody, and people were so scared because yeah, Alaska it doesn't. If you are not used to treat her, it can be a little bit scary. But yeah, she was just going by in a friendly attitude and lick everybody, and we were like, "No, Alaska, don't do that. That's embarrassing." But it was so much. It was so funny.
And then after we went to the mall yesterday, we took her to this ice cream shop that Mai told me about.
Yeah, it's here at Juriquilla, and they have like it's called helado para perritos, which is like
Ice cream for dogs.
ice cream for dogs, and it's made with.
It's made from chicken broth and garbanzo beans, but it's frozen like ice cream, and it like legitimately looks like ice cream in the little cup they gave her.
Yeah, they put a small
little bone,
a small little bone treat. Like treat inside. It looks so cute,
and she loved it.
Yeah, they asked us like a bowl or two bowls, and we decided to go for one bowl, but it was not enough for her. So next time maybe we should order the two bowls.
And we found out if you go on Sundays and you bring your dog, the dog's ice cream is free. Mm. Christopher asks, any insights on the tourist visa and the time they allow upon arrival? It was 6 months previously, but I've read that has changed. It was 180 days, and pretty much everyone coming into the country got 180 days. But then immigration started giving people a lot fewer days a lot of times, especially those flying into Cancun and Mexico City. I've heard that those flying into Cancun are now getting 180 days again, but I'm not super up to date on this, to be honest. So I don't have the latest information for you. Have you ever been to Tepito?
Yes.
I have not.
It was scary. I mean, I went with my parents. It was like 15 years ago. And you all the time heard about the Pitas, a very dangerous zone and things like that. And I just remember that we were in the car and actually we didn't park and never get out of the car. And it was like a huge tianguis. Tianguis is like a market, like a street
Yeah.
market or something like that. And yeah, we just passed by just because of the curiosity of being at Tepito. But yeah, you were like all the time looking outside of the car windows, yeah, expecting that somebody was going to, I don't know, like kidnap you or
Yeah.
whatever.
By the
I
way,
mean,
if
it doesn't happen, but as a Mexican, it can be scary. And I mean, if you don't have any, like, you have never heard about it, it's like considered like one of the most dangerous, like barrios, or I don't know how to
in Mexico
in
City,
Mexico City.
yeah.
So it's like you buy something, it's like you can get like a lot of things in a very cheap, like for a very cheap
Uh
cost,
huh.
but they're not original or stolen, things like that. So we honestly don't like to go there. But yeah, I wonder just for curiosity, and it's like, okay, more than enough. I don't need to go there again.
I have a video idea
No.
for Tepito, though. And I shared this video idea with Maya, and she doesn't want to do it. But I think it would be great. I think it.
You're alone in this. I quit.
I quit. Oh, that's funny. Nicole asks, Hola, Maya and Jordan. Have you ever experienced any ghost encounters in your mini trips around Mexico? Should we tell them about the Uber?
Yes.
Okay, we were just in an Uber a few days ago.
Yeah.
And like I normally don't feel many things. Like energy has to be really, really strong for me to feel it at all. And I get in this Uber and I don't like the feeling at all right away.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how to say this, like, no, without like making it feel so weird, but I'll go straight about it. So I have like a very special ability. I don't know if it could be like an ability or whatever, but I can feel so many things, and I'm too sensitive, so to energies and things like that. And
Can I give?
I cannot see ghosts.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you believe in ghosts. If you believe, it's okay. It's respectable. If you don't believe, it's okay. We're not trying to make you change your mind about this subject. We're just sharing our experiences, and I'm just sharing my experience. But all my family, especially women from my mother's side family, we have in some kinds of abilities, like talking about paranormal stuff, like ghosts and energies and things like that. So I cannot see ghosts, but I can feel it. So we were in that Uber. We were going to look for something, and we went into the Uber. And when the Uber arrived, I was like, oh, this feels weird already, even when we weren't just waiting for it. So anyway, we went into that Uber. We were on our way to the place we were going to visit, and I just remember that I started feeling so tired. I started yawning all the time, and Jordan knows that when I'm feeling something, I start yawning all the time. It's like repeatedly without
Mhm.
nonstop. So I was doing that. I remember I was falling asleep. It was so weird because it was like 6 p.m. in the afternoon, and I usually don't feel that tired at that
Uh-huh.
hour. And I just took like a bubble gum, like a mint bubble gum, so I could like keep feeling awake, but didn't help me. So we arrived, we did whatever we had to, and I started feeling worse. So we went out for dinner. He asked me if I wanted, if I was feeling okay enough to go out for dinner, and I said like, I don't know, because I'm feeling weird. It's not like a physical discomfort. I have no pain, but I'm not feeling okay. So anyway, we decided to go out for dinner, because so if maybe food will help me to had a better level of energy. But no, I couldn't go for it. So we were
What,
waiting.
what
I
what did you
mean,
feel when you were in the car though? Besides, like you started yawning, what else were you feeling?
uh, well, I don't know how to say it, but I started feeling a lot of sadness. But I perfectly know that it was not the car driver or the Uber driver. It just felt like a very huge energy in that Uber. So when we just get out of the Uber, I started feeling so tired and so dizzy and with a lot of physical discomfort, but not like a physical discomfort, not talking about pain or anything like that. It was just like too tired and too heavy. So we went out for dinner and we were waiting for a dinner. And I decided to tell him that, you know what, I cannot do this. So we better go home because I'm not feeling okay. So it was weird because we had been at that restaurant several times before, and we were sitting at the entrance, and I was like just sitting in front of the entrance. So we were looking at a couple that was just the holding hands and everything was
Walking into
perfect.
the restaurant?
Walking into the restaurant, and just when they came like in front of us, like the girl started hitting the guy. I mean,
Yeah.
she totally changed her personality in a few seconds, and I was
Like
like,
as she got close to us, and I
yeah,
asked Mai later, I'm like,
what
did this have
happened?
anything to do with like that ghost?
I don't know. I didn't know what happened, but I was like, "What's going on?" Because that girl was hitting the guy in the street, and I just remember that some people went out of the restaurant and tried to separate her, and they took them inside of their car, and it was so weird because it has never happened to us. So after that, we went to my house and we did some stuff to get out of that energies, but yeah, after that you felt something in your house like you found the Alaska toy like standing in the bedroom, and
Yeah.
so that's something that has never happened before, and it was like okay.
Yeah, so like I never feel energy, like, but I felt something in that Uber, and I didn't realize it was like a ghost or something until talking to her later. But yeah, Maya was acting really strange after that for a couple of hours, and then like I came home that night to this house. And then as I was like walking into the door, I saw some black shadow move across the house, like a black cloudy shadow. And I'd never seen anything like that before. And then that night, I I woke up like sweating, and my legs felt really heavy. And I tried walking to the kitchen to get a glass of water, and one of my legs felt like there was just a giant weight attached to it. So that was freaking me out. uh, and Alaska has some toys in here, and she hadn't touched her toys in months. And the next morning, I'm taking a shower. I get out of the shower, and in the bedroom, she has this unicorn. There's one of her toys is a unicorn, and it was on top of her kennel in the living room. And I get out of the shower, and it's in the bedroom, and it's standing up on its legs. And Laska hasn't touched her toys in months. So, Laska, was this you, or was this something else? Oh God, that yeah. So all that freaked me out, all from one Uber ride.
Yes. So I've had experienced things like that all my whole life, but we hadn't experienced something like that together. And this time it like matches that. We took the Uber and that fight at the restaurant, but it was weird because I we saw that couple coming up normally, and then she
All of a
just
sudden, then she's
changed
just like,
and she started hitting him, and I was like, oh, what's going on?
yeah,
And then we were not feeling okay. We were feeling so tired, and yeah, and after that this happens at this house. I never felt something at this house honestly, but that time I obviously like believed on what he was saying and was like, okay, let's do something, let's try to just like
yeah.
I don't know, like protect ourselves from this stuff, and that's all. And but it was weird. It was like
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
very,
I
very.
don't remember much, honestly,
I haven't felt
but
anything since that, but
it
yeah.
was
So,
weird.
priority focus life. Thanks for being a channel member and good to see you here. I love how Mai says yes via her figure. I feel like it's something. I feel like it's only something I've recently noticed that locals do. Yeah, this is very common for Mexicans to like say they're in agreement or say yes. Sometimes they do this when their mouth is full, when they're eating or drinking something to like indicate that they're in agreement. And
This means thank you. This means yes. This
yeah,
means no.
some
But it's
one time
thank
when
you.
someone did this,
Thank you.
like I thought they were telling me to shove it up your ass. Because this is a very rude gesture in the U.S. But here it means thank you.
Yeah.
As long as it's like a gentle motion.
Yeah, it's
But
like this.
here, if someone goes like over their
No,
head,
it's
well then,
different when you do like this. I'm not gonna do it because it's rude. But for example, here when you do like this, it's something like this.
yeah,
It's rude. It doesn't mean something good. It's like
uh-huh.
yeah, fuck you. But doing this, it's like oh
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Because
You're crossing the street and somebody stops and you say thank you.
I
And
was told the history is because it's like tipping your hat. So like you're putting your hand up to your hat.
it's like thank you.
But by the way, if you guys are interested in Mexico videos, go check out her channel. She makes good videos. 10-7 Life, thanks for the
Thanks.
super sticker. I appreciate that. Alexis with the 4.99 super chat. Will you guys come to Guerrero or Zihuatanejo, Tasco, Acapulco? All beautiful places, and we have the best pozole. Oh, I love pozole there. I had amazing pozole in Acapulco, amazing pozole in Tasco. Haven't been to Zihuatanejo yet. Do you have any desire to go to these places?
Yes.
I would love to go to Tasco with you, and so you can get some nice silver jewelry, because sometimes you have issues with
Gold.
your.
Yes.
Jim, thanks for the
Thanks
super
for the super
sticker.
sticker.
Okay. Why is Tepito scary to visit?
I don't know. Maybe it's a myth. I don't know. I don't like talking about places and people and things like that. But something I've learned about Mexico is if you're going to Tepito, be careful. It's just that. I mean, I was there. I was in my car. I never get out of it. Nothing happens to me or nothing happens to my family. But I don't know. They say that a lot of things that you can find there, like because if you're looking like a very weird thing, I don't know, furniture or whatever, you can find it there for sure. And it's so cheap. That's one of the magic things about Tepito. Everything's so cheap, but most of the time it's stolen.
Oh.
So, so it's like okay, you go and fight, for example, I don't know, a cell phone or whatever, and it's like, oh, I'm getting a very nice cell phone in a very affordable price, and of course you take it. But again, most of the time, it could happen that it's that phones had been stolen. So it's not a
Yeah.
good thing to do.
Chris says the energy around Tulum is really weird. I had crazy dreams there. That's interesting. I didn't experience that myself, but like I said, I don't really feel energy unless it's something really strong. Have you been to Tulum?
No. But I've been
Okay.
to Huasca de Ocampo in Hidalgo, and that place is amazing. It's one of my favorite places to go, but it also has a very strange energy.
Really?
I would love to, but it has a very weird energy. I love it. I enjoy it.
We
It
were
doesn't
actually
get
talking about
stressed
making a trip maybe this weekend or something
to
to
Huasca.
like to Hidalgo.
Yes.
Well, we wanted to go to Hidalgo to get like a big thing of escamoles. If you didn't see our video from not yesterday but the week before, we had escamoles, which is ant larvae. But apparently you can get it really cheap at Hidalgo.
Yes.
So,
It's like the best place where you can get escamoles. And I was telling him like, oh, we should go to Huasca. And yeah, it has a very weird energy that place, but it will be so much fun.
Esmeralda, good to see you here, and thanks for moderating the chat. It's really helpful.
Ma,
Yep.
you're not alone. There are others can feel those energies. Those that don't believe do not understand. Oh, thank you so much. I mean, I don't talk. I was telling him that I don't talk much about that because I honestly don't like being judged, even when most of the time I don't care about what people say. It's not something easy to talk about. And for me, it was not easy to talk about that with him because I was like, oh, what if he got scared? Or what if I don't want him to give that weird feeling to him? But he understood perfectly, and I'm very thankful about that. Yeah, it's weird. For me, it's normal, but it can be weird to others.
I've seen the headless horseman in Chapala. I've been drinking.
Headless horseman.
The case of the
With the
haunted
haunted
Uber
override.
riding.
I know. How's my dealing with her practice impulsively to road trips?
I only ask because
Because
she
she
adds
likes emotion.
immeasurably to the videos, but she has her own life to consider. So how's your balance between like working your job and
I haven't found balance yet. I mean,
we're still working on it?
yeah, we're still working on that because I keep having like my normal schedule. But sometimes when, for example, when we went to San Miguel, we agreed that we will going to be out like from Friday to Monday. So I just blocked that hours in my schedule and I worked like a crazy from Tuesday to Thursday and I perfectly worked out. Uh, but for example, right now, when with all this thing about surgery and things like that, and the fact that we didn't have a car, it was so hard to go out and travel. So I could like keep working almost normally, and I forgot what I was going to say. But yeah, when we like to record a video, we usually do it when I'm not working. For example, at my lunch hours or after work, or yeah, I move my patients the way we have enough time to record something. Then I go back to work, and then we go out again to record. So sometimes it's crazy because we have to make our times match, and sometimes I feel like actually I'm working the whole time.
Mhm.
But on the other time, for me, like recording doesn't feels like a job. I really enjoy it. Even when
Yeah.
sometimes it's a little bit hard because he has an idea and I have another
Yeah.
idea and we have to figure it out, like how to match that. It's funny for me. So right now I'm starting to enjoy. Yeah.
Christina left another comment I saw that said it sounded like demons and not ghosts. And she says, anoint your home with oil. If you don't know how, look it up on the internet. Just dab out the outside corners of your property and ask God to bless and protect everyone who lives or visits here, etc. Okay, thank you for that advice, Christina. I do not want that happening again. I did not like that at all. That was scary. Alaska, you're awake. Have you ever been to Bacalar, Mai? Alaska,
No,
bien.
that's it.
No, they want to see you on the live stream, Alaska.
She's coming.
Gracias.
Dogo,
Okay, you stay right here.
dogo.
Hey, you don't want to be on camera?
No, she
Okay.
wants to go for now.
Okay, you stay right here.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. 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 Thanks.
For the question about have you been to Bacalar, though, I have. I love Bacalar.
Thanks. Thanks. You're a nice girl.
Daniel asks, how's the dog's leg? Her leg's doing pretty well. Yeah, she can almost live a normal life now. After I started giving her CBD oil every day. That helped a lot.
Thanks.
So many kisses.
Oh my gosh.
The channel is 1,000 times fresher with Mai.
Hi.
Mai, how did you learn to speak English so well?
I started like Alaska. Okay. Oh.
Hopefully you didn't get scratched.
No. I started learning when I was 4 years old and actually never stopped learning. So maybe that's why.
Large lapdog. Yep. Yeah, Alaska. Alaska. Love it. What do you think is the most popular beer here? Miguel says Corona is quite popular in Mexico.
Corona is popular.
Victoria is the most popular in Mexico.
Yeah. Both are popular here in Mexico.
Baby yet?
No,
Just puppy. Just the dog.
just a dog. Please.
Please. Here's a question for you.
What kind of work does Mai do? I'm a physical therapist specializing in orthopedics in foot and ankle injuries and mental health.
Yeah, and so most of her patients are people who just went through a foot or ankle surgery, and she's doing the rehab. Lask is the real owner of this channel.
Yes, she is.
When will you take Mai to Minnesota? I wanted to in last month or this month, but with all the things going on in her life right now, it's just hard to leave right now. So, but now that we got a new house, we got a car, so there's those things out of the way. Alaska's healing, but now she needs a surgery. Now Mai needs a surgery. So lately it's just been one thing after another happening. Dog lick as show affection, or because you taste good. Hey, Jordan, is it true Trump almost built a wall around New Mexico instead of Mexico by mistake? He's so random. Is Mai planning on doing her own physical therapy after her surgery? No, she's planning on teaching me how to do her physical therapy.
Well, yes, but no. I mean, I asked him that, would you like do all the physical therapy for me? And he was like, no, I don't know how to. And I was like, yeah, I will show you how to. Like dosify all the equipment, and you just have to play it and things like that. And yeah, that's my idea, honestly.
She was like, I don't like random people touching me.
I don't like random people touching me, and I can do it perfectly okay if he helps me. But if we like do it with my insurance service, maybe I will have to take a rehab with someone else. But we still don't know what are we going to do. I would love to give physical therapy myself and he being my physical therapist, but we don't know yet.
I'll be your physical therapist.
Nice.
You can just teach me. Oh, it's thunder.
It's actually so...
It's not dark over there.
It's dark. There, the cloud there is
Oh,
so
like over
dark.
there is darker than over there.
Yes, it's going to rain.
Barefoot Jeff says, "You got a car? Video on this?" Yeah. So we got a car. The process isn't totally finalized yet. It should be finalized tomorrow. So hoping that all goes well. And yeah, we'll tell you all about the process of buying the car. It was a lot different than going through the process in the US. Bought it from an individual, not from a dealer. Uh, and as for the kind of car, I think we'd like to leave that for a surprise in the future. But yeah, it's going to give us a lot more freedom. In fact, just since yesterday when we first got the car, it's already felt like that. Or no, we first got the car Friday, didn't we? Yeah.
Mm. Ma, you know the channel before meeting Jordan? No, I didn't. When we just met, I didn't believe that he was YouTuber. He told me I make YouTube videos, and I was like, yeah, sure. But I didn't believe until he showed me everything, and I was like, okay.
What is this saying? Should I click on it?
I don't know.
You don't know what it's saying?
No.
Joseph asks,
Oh, thunder.
is Laska afraid of thunder? Uh, it has to be really loud for her to be afraid. But like normal thunder, no, she's not. But if it's like one time there was the loudest thunder I've ever heard, and it woke me up out of a deep sleep. Like I jumped out of bed because it was so loud. It sounded like a bomb went off in the backyard. It was absurdly loud. And yeah, that time it really scared her. And a few other times as well. I bet they got the largest Humvee ever made. We went with the yellow Lambo, which you saw in a recent video. Here's a question for you.
Those might I drive. I used to. There's a whole story behind why I don't drive. I used to drive. I learned how to drive when I was 20 or 18 years old, and I really enjoyed driving. But just something that my father said was, "I won't give you a car. I want you to work and get your own car so you can know what's need to be responsible enough to have a car." I mean, he was like, okay, it will be so easy for me to give you a car, but you won't like appreciate that car if you don't gain it with your own job. And I was like, okay, cool. So at the time, of course, I was starting on medical school and physical therapy school, and under that said, I perfectly knew that I was not going to have a car like giving for by my father, no. And unfortunately, I was at physical therapy school, medical school, and something happened in my life, and I got like I got like I don't know how to say it, but depression. Like we
Yep.
call it here like trastorno depresivo mayor, like major depression disease or something like that. I was not feeling okay. I had a panic attacks. I was treated with, antidepressants medication, and of course, I didn't want it at that time, to look for a car because or take my parents' car because I couldn't like think about being so irresponsible to take a car and maybe had a panic attack in the middle of the road and damaged something or someone or myself.
Yeah.
So I was treated about that, and then I kept studying a physical therapy school. And after I ended a physical therapy school, unfortunately, I had a second episode of panic attacks and depression.
Mm.
It got worse this time actually. So even when I had like time and I already had my own business, that's why it scares me a lot. I felt so scared about having my own car because I thought I still felt a little vulnerable of having panic attacks. Actually, it was like a year and a half ago that I felt like strong and stable enough to start learning again. But right
Yeah.
now, I feel that I have my idea is like maybe I should go and take like driving lessons, like a private driving license, so I can do it in a very good way. Because I don't know, maybe it's just my idea, maybe it's not something that's real, but I still have that feeling that if I have my own car and start driving, maybe I could maybe have another panic attack and hurt someone. And I honestly, I don't want to. So that's something I keep fighting. Of course, I would love to learn how to drive. Of course, I would love to have my own car because it's so important. I think here in Querétaro, it's such a huge help if you have your own car.
Yeah, it provides a lot
But
of freedom for sure.
yeah, but it for me, it's not. No, it's not a very easy like a very easy decision because of what I've been through in this year. So for sure, I think I will love to have that private driving license. Of
Hmm.
course, I would love to have my car, but first, the most important thing is like to have my foot surgery.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Uh-huh.
so I think I have to wait, and after that, I'll for sure try to do my best so I can get my normal life after all this disaster.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. My whole life, I'd heard people talk about panic attacks, but I never knew what they felt like. But a little while back, a couple years ago, I ended up getting prescribed this medication, and this medication like triggered anxiety attacks or panic attacks in me, and it was so weird. Like normally, I'm very calm and like not a lot like bothers me, and it really, how do I describe? Yeah, I just feel pretty relaxed in general. And then all of a sudden I started getting these anxiety attacks and I was freaking out even though I knew nothing was wrong, but I continued like to freak out and I had no idea why. It was so confusing. But yeah. So after experiencing that, it, well, in a way, I'm glad I experienced it because now I know what people are going through when they have one.
Yeah, I mean, talking about depression and talking about panic attacks and anxiety has become more popular now after pandemics, I think. But when I first started having attacks and depression, nobody knew about it but me. So I think a lot of people don't like to talk about their mental health because they feel judged the way I did sometimes. So I think it's very important to know that you're not alone, that everything's going to be okay. Because as he said, it could be so confusing. You feel that you are in danger all the time, and when you're having like a panic attack, you got totally paralyzed for nothing.
Mhm.
I got paralyzed every 15 minutes staying in my house. So I quit on working, I quit on doing my normal things. So you totally become your life stops when you have a mental health disease and nobody knows about it. So at that time, nobody in my family knew that I was having depression, that I was having panic attacks. And most of the time people said, ah, you're crazy and things like that. You're just imagining things that are not going to happen. But it's not that easy. it involves much more than that. So that's why I decided to be responsible enough and just stop driving until I feel like strong enough and stable enough or healthy enough so I can like
Hmm.
totally go for that and cut that card without hurting anyone and myself. That's why.
Shandy says, up until now, I had no idea that Maya and I had the same father. Oh, my father literally told me the same thing. That's funny. Kevin, thanks for the 279 super chat. Maria with the biggest super chat of the night. Hi, Jordan and my Jordan, did you set up the GoFundMe account for those of us who'd like to contribute? If so, will you please post the link? Um, Actually, I did. So after the last live stream, I talked to Mai and I was like, "Hey, what do you think? Like, there's people who want to help you out with your surgery. What do you think of starting a GoFundMe for that?" And she wasn't familiar with that website or anything, but after telling her about it, she's like, I've been super stressed about the cost of the surgery and how I'm going to get by for 3 months without earning any income and still having to pay my rent at my office and things like that. And she told me like she was having trouble sleeping because she was so stressed about that. And she was like, I think it's really awesome that some people want to help out with that, but I was raised to never ask for money. So for me, the thought of asking for money for my surgery is super strange, and I don't really feel comfortable with it. So after having that conversation, I knew that I had to set up the GoFundMe without her permission. so so there it is. I posted in the link.
Yeah, because I was telling him I can struggle and I can like yeah not feel comfortable with that, but I, I've been raised like not asking for money. I was telling him that I don't know if was like if I had to pay something like I cannot go, I will never ask you for money. That's never I'll do, and I'd never ask him for money, and not him and anybody else. So I don't even since I started working myself, I don't even ask for money for for my parents. So I was like, okay, if I don't ask for money for my parents, I don't feel comfortable asking for money to anybody else because that's not something I will do. So he said like maybe someone wants to contribute, and I truly appreciate all people that has been donating. I truly appreciate because you're showing me another perspective of this because with him and without him and without you, I will never learn about like um, being open to accept help from you. So I really appreciate it. It's not easy to accept it, but for sure it feels good. I feel so supported. So thank you.
The background is pretty cool right now. I love this background and the occasional lightning there.
Ma, you have a private driver now. No need for you to drive, dear. I don't think so. I don't see him like that. I mean, I truly appreciate because has been supporting me all the time and he take me home and he pick me up and he's with me all the time. But honestly, I was thinking that what's going to happen if sometimes we go out and he wants to drink or something. I would love to be able to help him with that, or I would love to be able to, for example, if he doesn't feel okay, to take him to the doctor or something because
Yeah.
that's why I've been telling to him. I mean, we're a team. We're much more than a couple. So leave him the whole responsibility of driving all the time for me doesn't feel okay because if even when he maybe will do it like more time, I will be able to I would love to be able to help him when it's needed or be comfortable enough like to call me and say, "Might pick me up. I went out with my friends or something like that." And yeah, I will definitely do that. But if I can't drive, I feel like I depend on him or I depend on someone else, and that's not a good feeling.
Nora says, no one understands what panic attacks really are unless they experience it.
Yeah, that's. 100% right.
Percy says, "How's it going, amigos? I hope to see you guys take on some new fun couple challenge videos. I hope y'all are doing well." So we had this really interesting conversation one night at dinner, and I think we're going to turn it into this week's video. But it's things that I do that she finds super weird. And we were over at her house last night having dinner with her family, and we were talking more about that, and everyone was laughing. It was really funny.
Because I mean, most people just see like us like from in a very like shallow way, like, oh, they look perfect together. But honestly, we've been struggling on so many things. Like, we're stronger than we were like some months ago, definitely. But in that process, not everything has been easy, and I had to get used to so many things, and he had to get used to so many things as well. So it's kind of it's been challenging. I've really enjoyed the process, but it's also been funny because after going through all that and getting used to that, now we can laugh about that. But at the very beginning, I was like, "What are you doing?"
Like, for example, one thing is I'll eat tacos and then I'll put bottled salsa on my tacos. She's like, "No, you don't
What
put
are you
bottled salsa."
doing? That's almost like a scene. Why are you adding bottle sauce to the tacos if we're having a fresh salsa, like homemade salsa, and you're adding this bottle salsa to your tacos? And I was like, damn, should I really stay here? Or should I run and quit?
No, no, you're staying here. You're stuck with me.
It was funny.
Stephanie says panic attacks are caused by lack of oxygen to the brain. Breathing exercises are crucial to passing through it. Also, understanding what it is helps to have less frequent attacks. Avoid stress. God bless. I didn't. Oh, mosquito.
You didn't kill it. You almost throw everything, but you didn't kill it.
Okay, maybe I got it. I hope I got it. Yeah, I hadn't heard that before, but like when I was having those attacks, like breathing slowly did help me out with that, or like taking deep breaths. Do you take some chickens and a goat as a contribution, Jordan?
Yes, we can make
Yes,
mole with that and sell it.
yes. Anything will be accepted.
We can make tacos and barbacoa with that and sell it.
What name is your GoFundMe under? It's under my name. You have to like you can't be from Mexico and have a GoFundMe. So I had to use a U.S. address, like my legal mailing address, and yeah, so that's why it's under mine, and because I did it without her permission.
Why are you teaching your Jordan nuestra música mexicana? I'm trying to, but I don't usually play Mexican music. I mean, sometimes when we're here and we're like cleaning house and things like that, I played like uh, La Sonora Santanera and things like that. And yesterday we were like going somewhere for dinner, and we found I was playing some Carlos Rivera music, which is one of my favorite Mexican singers, and we discovered that he just showed a new song called "Te Soñé," I dreamed of you, like referring to Tlaxcala because he's from Tlaxcala. And yeah, sometimes we were talking about that because we say that La Scala doesn't exist. So
That's a
that's
joke among
that's a
Mexicans
joke of Mexicans
to say
because it's so small.
the state of Tlaxcala that doesn't exist. So
Because it's so small. And we said, you've been to Tlaxcala, that doesn't exist. And we found that song on Spotify, and we were like listening to it, and it was like a very nice song. But in the end, it has like a very surprising ending, and we were laughing a lot about that song. But yeah, I don't play like Mexican music often, but yeah, the my favorite artist, he already listened to it.
We should do that challenge in a video.
Of course, I was telling Nana, what about the tortilla challenge? Because I didn't knew what was that. I just seen a couple of videos about that, and I was like, what's that? But for me, it's so easy. I don't know if I will be able to do it because just thinking about it makes me laugh. But
So, what it is, if you haven't seen it, it's like all over TikTok and Instagram. But each person in the challenge has a mouthful of water, and you just keep that in your mouth with your mouth closed, and then each person has a tortilla. Yeah, you take turns slapping each other across the face with a tortilla, and then the first one to spit out the water loses.
well, we don't have tortillas at home, so we cannot make it.
We could get tortillas. What is your GoFundMe? I've posted it a couple times, but I'll do it one more time since I know people are jumping on and off of this stream all the time. So I'll post it in the chat here for you. Yes, thank you, Globetrotting. It's under my name, and the title is Help Mai with Her Foot Surgery. Name one rock band, Mai.
Metallica. That's my favorite rock band. I love Metallica. One of my biggest dreams is like to go to that Metallica concert. My father went to one, but unfortunately, I don't know why, but I couldn't go. But for sure, I would love to go to Metallica concert.
That's a challenge I can get behind, James says. I think it'd be funny.
Let's do that.
Okay. You have to promise not to get mad at me for slapping you with a tortilla, though.
Okay.
Jackie asks, what's for dinner? We had some hamburgers right before the stream. I think that's going to be my dinner.
Yes.
I probably won't eat anything else tonight.
No, I'm not hungry.
Jordan should sing a song to Myra, maybe Rammstein. Du hast wish.
The cute version of Rammstein.
Play the song El Garrote. Do you know that song? I don't either. Try the slap with a tuna. Like the fish?
With the fish. I got confused because of our yesterday video that we were talking about in that video about tunas, like the fruit, like nopal fruit. And we were watching the video together, and we will put
we were watching our video on Tangerine Travels, and we had the Spanish captions on.
Yeah. And every time I said tuna, it translated like atún, like the fish.
Yeah.
So and it was so weird because we said like red tunas and green tunas, and it was like.
So it was like atún verde.
Atún verde, atún rojo, and it was like, oh, tuna ice cream. Ew, disgusting. But it was funny.
Yeah. Tuna, the fish, or the cactus fruit?
The cactus fruit. No. Will you hit me with the tuna? It's like, okay, I'm not done. Master of Puppets, yes. Definitely.
Best Metallica album?
Master of Puppets, yes.
I don't know about that.
You should.
No, I know the album. I like other albums more by Metallica. It's a good one. Do you both like to drink café de olla, iced or hot? I can like café de olla, depending on how it's prepared. If you don't know basically what café de olla is, they take coffee and they add piloncillo, which is kind of like an unrefined brown sugar, and
Kind of
also
like.
they add cinnamon,
Mhm.
and then you brew those together for a while, and that's cafe de olla. But depending on how much cinnamon it has or how much piloncillo it has, it changes the flavor a lot. So cafe de olla can be very different depending on who's making it. But
Yeah, I don't usually drink it because for me it's so sweet and it's so heavy. And usually when I drink coffee, I drink it without sugar. I mean, sometimes my grandmother has done like a cafe de olla all her life, and I love cafe de olla from my grandmother. But I usually don't ask for cafe de olla in restaurants and things like that because I don't like it much.
my, did you know this? That we're not in a real relationship and it's just staged for money? This is the first time I found out about this.
Yes. I mean, what I've learned is that people is going to talk all the time, and at the very beginning, that was so painful for me, honestly, because I was never used to get a lot of people talking about me, and as the same way you can receive very kind and nice comments, you can receive comments like that. And honestly, it's like, okay, if you think that about me, it's not my problem. It's not even related to me or with us. It's just your perspective, and it's respect. Like I respect it. Of course I don't share it, but if people think about that, it's like, okay, it's not okay, but it's not our business anyway.
Erica says, my, thanks for being open about panic attacks and mental health. I'm glad that you're feeling more stable these days.
Thank you. I think it's not easy, but I promised myself that if I could get through all that someday, and I am glad I did, I would help people, and I would for sure do try to make a difference about mental health. That's why I did started like my second specialty on mental health because not a lot of people feel supported, and I think it's
Mhm.
important to feel supported in that process. So I'm so open about that because so other people can perfectly know that they are not alone in the process. There are a lot of people that we've been through all that, and yeah, if I can help somebody somehow, for me it's another way of like give another like significant meaning to what happened, and instead of just looking at that as a painful episode of my life, it's like, okay, let's turn it into something positive. Let's turn it into something that can make people to feel better and things like that. That's why I don't have any problem on talking about my mental health
When you were
diseases.
when you were talking about that just now, it's like a more serious topic, and I started laughing a little bit because I was trying to read some more comments, and I read this one. Can't stage Jordan licking the sauce off her hand at the Indian restaurant.
You're so weird.
That was funny.
Yes.
And then Miguel's laughing about a big
We are so
stage.
weird together, honestly.
Kathy says, if you two are staged for money, you two are great actors. You two together. Going to Hollywood.
We should get an Oscar.
The real stage relationship is between Laska and Jordan. That's the real moneymaker. Asusena, hi, good to see you here. What are your goals together? Please say hello to me. I live
Hello.
in Seattle, but I'm from Zihuatanejo. Our goals together. We should really talk about that more.
But I mean, even though when we haven't talked much about that, I think our first goal was like to become stronger and understand each other. Because at the beginning, it seems so easy to start a relationship with someone that doesn't have your same culture and things like that, but it's not easy, as we said before. And it took a while to understand each other in a very deep way. We
Mhm.
had to, I honestly think we've been creating a very healthy relationship, because right now we're so open to talk about our feelings, and we are so open to talk about our discomforts, and we are all the time trying to make things better. But at the very beginning, it was different. It was not easy to talk about that. And on the other hand, we had to handle making our relationship public and everybody talking about
Mhm.
us, and that was not a very easy stage in the relationship for us. So right now we are we feel that we are in a very stable position in our relationship, and now we are planning about future. For example, we were looking for a house together, we were looking for a car together, and now we're looking for some home deco together. So we are giving small steps together, but I think have been doing everything, like being so sure that we really want that. And honestly, even though when we don't know right now a lot of things, because as he said, we're being solving some problems, and right now something else happens. So yeah, of course, we like, oh, we would love to travel, and talk about that, where we will be going when we get a car, but now I need a surgery, and now it's like, okay, what we're going to do. So we're trying to find again balance, but I think our main goal is to stay together. We
Yeah,
don't know what's going next, but we love being together.
like we knew from very soon after we started seeing each other that we were both really good for each other. Um, but it was kind of a weird beginning to a relationship because it didn't, like, we knew we were really good together, but we didn't really, or at least didn't really feel like a honeymoon phase because there were so many like disagreements and stuff that we had to figure out, um, and things like that. But we just knew that we were really good for each other, so we kept wanting to fight for the relationship and work through all of those. And and we have. And
Yeah, I think most of the time you meet someone and everything looks like perfect. It's like
yeah.
you idealize the other, and you said, "Ah, he's so perfect for me," and everything looks like, as he said, everything looks so pink and so perfect. And you go through all that, and in this case, since we met and since we were talking, we didn't have like this pink perfect feeling. We perfectly knew that we had like to test each other, like if we really wanted to keep going on this. And yeah, we had to, uh, honestly, we wanted to quit like so many things, and not like a real quit, but it was hard, like if we should really stay together or not. And at the beginning, I think both things it totally worth it. But the very first months in our relationship, it has a bunch of problems surrounding us, and of this huge situation of being in the public eye. It made that like even harder. So right now I feel that everything we've been through worth it, because we're feeling that we're stronger, we love each other more, and we are so close to each other more. But at the very beginning, even though when we knew that we like each other and that we like to spend time with each other, that we were also facing the other side of the relationship, not a very nice and comfortable side. But now all that is passing by, and I think that's why we've been like building a very mature and healthy relationship, because it was not comfortable at all at the very beginning, but that made us stronger now. So that's good.
Yeah, it's been a very unique start to a relationship, different than I've ever experienced. But it's cool that we're like becoming stronger each day. Franco has a question for you. Have you taught Jordan that how to do that honk tune in Mexico that basically says "F you"? He's talking about the one that goes Do 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 do.
Ah.
Because in the US, that doesn't mean anything bad at all. Like, you can go knock on someone's door and it's fine. Like,
I mean, for example, in my family, we like to laugh about so many things. I remember that once when we had not like when I was with my cousins, we used to do that like in the door in my grandmother's house, and she was like freaking out. We was like, "You are so disrespectful," but for me, didn't mean like something disrespectful.
yeah.
After that, I meant that here in Mexico, it means like something very rude. So, but yeah, all the time when you're like so mad at someone when you're driving, you do that, and it's like, whoa. For me, it's funny. For me, it's funny. I will never do that, but it happens. Yeah.
James says, I need to hear a grito from both of you.
No.
uh, I don't know, James. You might just says no. Okay, I'm just looking for another question here. In response to that, Asusena says, thank you for your beautiful answer, and I wish you the best always. And send the best vibes for my breast and colon cancer. We will. Old Achy Runner says, Jordan, leave the bottle of sauce on the table next time you get tacos with mine. Don't touch it.
Yes, don't touch it.
Kickstarn says, is this live on YouTube as well? Yes, it is. It looks like we have about 50 people on Facebook right now and a little under 700 on YouTube. Question for you.
Have you introduced Jordan to your family? Yes.
Yeah, we've hung out quite a few times actually. Grito, grito, grito. Damn, I got denied hard on that grito request. That honk tune actually goes, shave and a haircut, 2 bits. That's how a barber gets rich. Shave and a haircut, no more. That's how a barber gets poor.
So weird.
So, love to hear what it means in Mexico. It basically means one of the worst things you can say to someone.
I'm not gonna say it in public.
Are there any American restaurants that locals like? I mean, Denny's is really popular. Starbucks is really popular. I think Pampas is an American chain as well. That one's popular. And then fast food like Burger King, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, and Domino's are both very popular.
In Monterey, people love Tim Hortons.
Oh, okay. Canadians love their Tim Hortons. in Germany, you can start a rap career with these rap skills. Oh my God. Yes, chilies, that's another popular one.
Mhm.
I was in Querétaro last weekend and went to Denny's.
Venice is good. I like it.
We went there not too long ago.
Yes.
And then I do another thing there that Mai thinks is really weird.
Yes. I remember now.
But we'll save that for the video.
Yes.
Do you like pineapple on pizza?
No. I like pineapple on tacos, but not on pizza.
I used to hate pineapple on pizza. In fact, I remember in college once saying, "There's two kinds of people on this world, or in this world." Uh, Actually, I forget what I said.
The ones who
Uh,
like piña in their
oh
pineapple
yeah,
on pizza and the one who don't.
no, I was gonna say that. I remember saying there's two kinds of people in this world: those who like pineapple on their pizza, and those who are right, or something like that. I don't know. But anyway, over the years, I've grown to like more pineapple on my pizza, but still, it's not usually something I'll order.
Sometimes here in Mexico, I remember that I don't know which which pizza business, but they have like a pizza hawaiana, and it has pineapple, cherries, banana, and I was like, banana in a pizza? I
Banana?
mean, for me, it's
That sounds so
disgusting. It's
weird.
like, how can you put banana in a pizza? I mean, piña, I don't like piña, but when I read banana, I was like, you're freaking crazy. I mean, the yeah, big banana does like being all like brown color and disgusting. But anyway, someone thought it was a good idea.
And Paris asks, "Have you ever had soul food?" Yeah, I like it. Uh, like the down home cooking, like the mac and cheese, the chicken. Maybe you add some cranberries to it. Is that soul food? I forget.
I don't know what's that.
um, like I think it's like some of the food from Louisiana and that area. I I don't eat it a lot, but yeah, I've liked those restaurants when I've gone. Jacqueline says, "I love pineapple on pizza with jalapenos." Yeah, and I've it's grown on me more in recent years. I used to hate it, but now I don't mind it. My palate has changed over the years on various things, and that's one of them. A pastor con piña. I love that.
Yes.
Banana on pizza? Now that's bananas. Do you know that phrase? Now that's bananas.
No.
It's like saying kind of just a funny way to say, "Oh, that's crazy."
Okay. Yeah, it's crazy.
What means soul food? I don't know the definition or what states in the U.S. it's from exactly, but oh, okay, yeah. So there you go. Fried chicken, mac and cheese, collard greens, fried fish. That's soul food. Thank you. It's been a while since I've been to one of those restaurants. I went to one around Thanksgiving in Puerto Vallarta, but that's the last time I was there. Or that's the last time I went to one of those restaurants. It was good though. I liked it. What's your favorite dessert?
Hugh. I love desserts. Uh,
Mochi.
no, maybe I don't know.
That trenza crujiente. Oh, I love that.
It's because I love pan de dulce, and it's not a dessert, but I
Mm.
enjoy pan de dulce a lot. And I love ice cream, and what else? Uh, Crepes. I love crepes. Uh, yeah, honestly, I love all kinds of dessert. Like plátanos. Yesterday, I was working. I don't remember if we already told you about this, but like a couple of hours, like a couple of weeks before, I was working and he was waiting for me, and I'd listened that here we have a carrito. It's like generally a man with like this
This small
small
card. It's
car.
kind of tall,
Yeah,
kind of skinny.
and he just sold two things like
Sweet potato
sweet potato
and
and
banana, and they're like cooked, and then they put cinnamon on it and like
condensed milk.
condensed milk, so it like adds some sweetness to it.
But it has like a very specific sound. It's like I don't know, like
I thought it was the knife sharpener guy because each vendor has a unique sound,
yeah.
and the knife sharpener guy is this like high pitched whistle or something, and this banana guy, it's similar to that, but it's like maybe not so much of just a whistle.
It's like a stronger whistle. Or it's weird, but anyway. So I love those bananas because they are like baked sweet
Yeah.
potatoes and bananas. And I listened to it when I was working like 2 weeks ago, and we couldn't catch it. So I was saying, no, I was about to go out and leave my patient, and my patient was like, go and get your banana. And, but he didn't knew about it. I was about to text him and just said, "Go for that and get me one."
Because she
But
rarely hears the banana guy. She
yeah,
loves these bananas, so she likes to get them whenever she hears it. So she was
yeah.
gonna leave her patient mid consultation.
And my patient was like, "Go for the banana and get me one." So it was funny. Anyway,
Yeah. And ever
yesterday,
since then,
yeah.
she like every day she's like, "Oh, I hope we can find a banana guy."
Yeah, but like every day, he was like, "Why are you why you keep looking for that banana guy? Because they are not easy to find. In the
Oh.
past, it was so common, but right now it's so weird to find them. So yesterday we were having dinner
At her house.
at her house with my parents, and we were having some dinner, and we listened to the banana guy, but it just once, and I told her like, oh, "It's a banana guy,"
And I was like, "Okay, let's go."
okay, let's go. And he left at the very beginning. I didn't knew what to do. I got paralyzed. But he left the tacos and he ran. And he said, "Come on, we should catch him." So I couldn't. Obviously, I cannot run, but I was like trying to walk as fast as I can, and I just saw him running. And in the end, we catch it. But
I ran out there,
yeah.
and then I'm like looking around to see if I can find him, and then I see him across the street. So I'm like going over there. We get there. He has one banana left.
Yeah, and yeah, he tried for the first time that baked banana and sweet potato, and that's one of my favorite Mexican desserts, but they are not easy to find.
Maybe we can put Platano guy in a video sometime if we can find him. They're
If we can
elusive
find-
though.
Yes, it's one of the best things that could happen to you if you're coming to Mexico and you can find a Plátano guy. Try it. My the French toast you ate today looks so delicious. It was so different. We went to this new restaurant that we told you some hours ago, which is called El Jardín de Azu, something
I don't
like
remember the name.
Azu's Garden. And I tried for the first time French toast for myself, and it was so delicious because it was like this. How do you say it? Frutos rojos, like berries,
Red berries,
red berries with red wine, like a sauce with red
like
wine.
blueberries, raspberries, that kind of thing, strawberries.
With red wine. And it has like a bowl of ice cream, but this ice cream was made with queso cotija, which is like a very special cheese, and the flavor was so good. It was not vanilla, so it made it different, and I really loved it.
How was that compared to the French toast at that place in Alamos
It's like
with the really pretty French toast that we went to in a video before?
both are so different. This one, for example, was smaller because I could never ever finish the Micaela French toast.
Oh yeah.
But this one I could finish it easily. Laska helped me, but
Laska helped me. Laska was with us at
I could
breakfast.
I could finish it, and it was really good. It was totally different, but yeah, I like it.
Miguel's laughing at you. You wanting to leave mid consultation.
What's that?
Miguel's laughing at you wanting to leave mid consultation to go get your
Yeah.
Flapados.
Because yeah, it was so funny, and I was like saying to my patient, "Would you like one?" And because he's not from Querétaro, he's from Michoacán, I think, and plátano guy is not. I think it's not common in Michoacán, and I was like, "Oh, the plátano guy!" And he was like, "What's that?" So I fast let him know, and I was like, "Do you want one or not?" And he was like, "Yeah, I want one. So go for it."
But you
of course
didn't go.
I didn't go, but my patient had also like asked me to get him one banana. And he was like, "Okay, if you leave me to abandon your consultation in the middle of it, I can give you a banana." It's like a very good offer. And he was like, "Go for it, girl." But no, I didn't catch it.
That's funny. Erica says, Jordan, it's a little bit different from plátanos con lechera, but maybe you could prepare bananas faster
those
for
are
mine.
pretty good.
Don't think that's a known dessert in Mexico. I don't know if I've had bananas faster myself.
I love them. My mother used to prepare those, and oh my gosh.
Esmeralda's laughing about you wanting to leave mid consultation. She said banana guy.
Banana guy. Look, it's weird.
Soya banana way. The banana guy and sweet potato man are the same person. They sell both options. Yep. And I had it for the first time yesterday. I've never had one of those vendors before, or I've never bought one from them.
And you quit on your tacos and go for the sweet potatoes.
Yeah, I ordered 6 tacos, and I ended up eating 2 of them, and instead I ate some sweet potato and banana. Joe asked thoughts on the Sonora Grill scandal. CDMX restaurant allegedly seating guests by skin color. So I've been to Sonora Grill, and I like going there, but that has nothing to do with the scandal that's going on. And yeah, they were accused of seating guests based on their skin color, and I think like darker people were being sat towards the back, and yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of an unfortunate reality here that people are discriminated on based on their skin color, and people with a darker skin color aren't treated as well in certain situations. So,
and I think that that's something that happens everywhere. Unfortunately, it's a situation that you're treated. We have a phrase here that says that people treat you the way you look like, and unfortunately, it's true. But not only here. I think it happens everywhere. I mean, it's so sad that you got like a different kind of attention, but that's something that I think that it has always existed. So I remember that once I'm in a Facebook group where with my friends, and it's like a women Facebook group, and once a girl was asking for a dress for a kind of party, and one another girl was yelling at her and and telling her a lot of bad things, saying like, "You are so racist. What? Why are you doing like that?" And he was like, "No, no, 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 no. I was not saying anything against anyone." But what I think about this is like, yeah, unfortunately, some people got discriminated or got totally apart or treated different because the way they look. I honestly I don't think that's good or fair enough because you don't decide your hair color or you don't decide
Your
like
skin
where
color.
you live. It's not something that it's your choice. And having to at least here in Mexico, some things are hard enough to handle. And also, if you are treated different because of your hair color or skin color, I mean, why? I don't think that's correct.
Yeah, I don't think so
So
either.
I've never had a bad experience in Sonora Grill, but I've been seeing a lot of videos where a lot of people had their bad experience there. So it's more than obvious that it's happening. So
Hmm.
I really hope that this situation makes us like to be more like conscious or like
Maybe
try
we'll
to
shed some light
on the
the
light and
problem
try
and
to respect the other people, and because that's this can keep happening. I mean, yeah.
even when we were looking for a house or looking for a car, we had situations like of like homeowners being like, "Oh, yeah, I want you as renters. Like, I like your profile," and it's kind of weird.
They don't even know us, and it's the same like for the good and for the bad. We already seen that in that comment, no? You look unhappy, you are a fake couple and things like that, and everybody's making their own conclusion about what they see. But honestly, I think I mean, as I said, it's nothing to go with it. But unfortunately, when you're receiving kind of service or kind of attention, that matters. I mean, you cannot be treated as equal. It's not okay to not be treated as everybody else just because you have a different kind of like color, skin color, or hair color. I mean, why?
Yeah. On another topic, Erica says, "Glad my knows bananas Foster." In that case, Jordan, you've got to try
You've
them.
loved them.
I bet I would. I like banana desserts.
I'll do that for you someday.
Jordan, have you had sweet potato pie? It'll change your life. I don't think I have.
Wow, sounds good.
Paris says, "That's so messed up. This ain't the 50s." Yeah. Hopefully it changes for the better. And maybe this whole Sonora Grill thing will like shed some light on the problem and uh, make for like a positive change in society. Chandy says, "I read that Sonora Grill thing was actually about class, not race, poor versus rich." Um, that wouldn't surprise me because there definitely is classism here. Um,
Yeah, but unfortunately, they related that if you're rich, you are going to have like light skin and your eyes are going to be like blue or green or whatever, and you're going to be using a certain brands of clothes and shoes and whatever. And if you are like with the like not that white skin or pale skin, then you're poor. And I mean, that doesn't make sense, but yeah, unfortunately, it's related. Here, it's like, you are like, we said morenos. It's like your skin is not light, then you're poor. And I mean, that doesn't make sense, but it happens.
mhm. You're both robots.
Yes.
Deep doop. Well, my my programming is off. What's your favorite tourist place in Mexico? Oh, this is tough.
Oaxaca.
Oaxaca's cool. And a very different place, but another awesome place is Bacalar. Bacalar is so pretty and really cool there with you have this 7 color blue lagoon that just looks gorgeous. And then you have these old ruins, this big fort that was built next to the lagoon, um, defending the lagoon from the pirates hundreds of years ago. So I don't know, it's pretty unique. Jacqueline asked, was that lightning? Probably,
Yes.
because I think there's some storming going on out
My mom
there.
says that it's raining so hard
Uh-oh.
at the south part of the city.
And it's not raining here yet.
So
Lisa, not judging, just asking, is there a reason you're asking for funds for a medical procedure while traveling and eating out? Again, not judging, asking if you thought about spending less to get the medical attention you need. Yeah, so I think that's a fair question, Lisa. And the my answer would be like, we have to continue making these videos. And in my experience, people want a mix of like cheap budget options, but also fancier options, like different price levels. So it's kind of separating it, like doing some things that people want and uh, like trying to make videos of things that people want. And then as for the asking for funds for a medical procedure, I mean, we in last week's live stream, we told you guys about this expensive surgery that Mai has coming up that we weren't expecting it to be that expensive or to be happening so soon. And some people wanted to contribute, and Mai is like struggling with that and was really stressed out, not knowing how she's going to pay for it and things like that. So um, I thought it was nice.
the truth is that no matter what kind of job do you have, because of course we have our own jobs, and a lot of people will agree with me. No matter what job you have, you will never be ready to face a surgery. I mean, like talking about emotions, talking about money, because it's not like $1 procedure or 3 pesos procedure. It's always so expensive, especially when it's involved like an orthopedic like surgery and the recovery and things like that.
Mhm.
And so, unfortunately, what's one of my major problems that I worked my own and I decided to do that because I thought it was the best for me. But I have no help from anyone. Like the government doesn't help me for having my own business, and if I don't work, I don't get any money. As simple as that.
Yeah.
So in one part, of course, I had to have that surgery because it's totally stopping me from having my normal life. But on the other hand, I have to keep facing life. I cannot just complain and abandon what I've been doing for a lot of years already. So as I told before, I didn't want to ask for money because for me it doesn't seems like something I will do. But on the other hand, I had to accept that I cannot pay for that. So we try it. I mean, we are not forcing anyone to donate. I mean, if
Yeah.
someone wants to do it, I really appreciate it because you can be like 100% sure that that money will be used for my surgery and nothing else. But again, it's like we can stop doing our lives, and when we go for fancy restaurants and things like that, it's part of uh,
Like part of making videos
part of
and
making
trying to show you
videos.
unique experiences here.
And yeah, most of people think like, oh, you're traveling and you're eating in fancy restaurants and you're enjoying life, but the truth is that you never know what's like behind of doing that videos. You don't know, like we feel so tired of like planning everything, and it's not always, we are not always in a good mood to go to a fancy restaurant, and anyway we have to do it because we have to keep like uploading videos and things like that. So what are we doing now? It's like trying to find balance, of course. And he noticed that. I mean, I used to have like, okay, I as simple as I cannot buy a pair of shoes I want because I perfectly know I have to save that money for my surgery. I cannot go for another, like, no, clothes, makeup, whatever, because that's not important at my surgery. But nobody look at that. I mean, we have to balance which car to buy
Yeah.
because we wanted something, and at the very beginning we could afford it, but in the end we were like, okay, maybe that's not something we need, so we have to change for cheaper options. But there are so many things that you don't know, that people don't know, that are
Yeah.
have been like,
Yeah. There's always trade-offs. There's always balancing.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why.
By the way, if you send stars on Facebook in this software, I can't see that, but I'll try to go through after the stream and respond to everyone individually who sent stars on Facebook. And I think Estrella just did that. Thank you very much, because the comment is blank. So that's how I think you sent stars. Barbara says, I thought Mai had some kind of private insurance. How much will her surgery be? Yeah, so she does. And thankfully, that's going to cover the vast majority of the cost of the surgery. Like the surgery is going to cost about, in dollar terms, about $12,500. We don't know exactly how much insurance is going to cover, but we think she's going to be responsible for somewhere around $1,500 of that. But one of the hard parts about this surgery, this foot surgery, is she won't be able to work for 3 months. And she has a lease at her office that she has to continue paying, and will have living expenses for those 3 months without being able to work. So that's actually one of the hardest parts of it. Whew, Christine says, good luck with all. I went into anaphylactic shock and had over $3,000 debt, 13 trips to the emergency room. My love and prayers are with you both. Ooh. Yeah, well, glad you're doing okay now, or I hope you're doing better. But yeah, those bills can add up fast. How old is Mai? She's 31. And I know someone earlier asked me how old I am, and I'm 34. Jason asks, have y'all ever thought about traveling to Tamaulipas? Honestly, it's probably one of the last states on my list in Mexico. People say it's dangerous there, and also at the same time, no, I never hear anybody say, "Oh, you have to go to this place in Tamaulipas because it's so awesome." So I don't know much about the state. I don't really know what's there. Shandy says, "You both look like you're 23 to 25 years old." Thank you.
Thank you.
What? Mataulipas.
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 Yeah, unfortunately, it's considered like a dangerous state. I've just passed by once when I was going to the US with my family, and that's not a state of Mexico you will stay by. Actually, we prefer to stay at night at Monterrey and just pass by to Tamaulipas early in the morning because, yeah, it's not like a tourist place to go enjoy and things like that. It's not.
Whew. Diego says, I fell on the ice and broke my ankle last winter. Total bill came to, is that $40,000 or pesos? But either way, a lot of money. I only know of someone who goes there because she has family in Ciudad Victoria.
I mean, maybe it has something good. It's not one of the states you like
Really hear about.
hear about because of their landscapes and things like that.
Yeah.
You go there because you have something to do there, but not because you want to go on vacations to Tamaulipas.
And Nick says Jordan listens to Nickelback and Mana in the shower. Okay, I don't know what Mana is.
Mana, it's like a Mexican band.
But I feel like this is an insult because whenever anyone mentions Nickelback, it's like an insult. But honestly, I don't understand the hate for Nickelback. I think they're a good band. Like Chad Kroger's voice is amazing. But yeah, people love to hate on Nickelback, and I just don't get it. Do you like Nickelback?
I don't remember any song about Nickelback. I think I've heard something, but right now I don't remember.
Oh, Diego says that was $40,000. Damn. Barbara says she's self-employed and has an unexpected medical expense. If I want to contribute, that's on me. They provided a way for me to do it. I offered before they asked. Thanks, Barbara. I really appreciate it. Jordan, you can stay not knowing Mana. Sorry, any
Mana.
Mana fans. People hate on Creed too. Yeah, that's another one. Wolfgang says, I like Nickelback. I think Jordan deleted his first YouTube video where he's saying, Rod Stewart's Do You Think I'm Sexy?
You have a video doing that? I could imagine you doing that.
No, I have one with Right Said Fred, I'm too sexy. I did that one. Sheesh, you guys are perfectly matched. Do you like Thai
I
food?
love Thai food.
Considering moving to Southeast Asia, I love Thai food too. Is the water shortage as bad as they make it in the news in the US? Here, I haven't noticed anything. Or in Querétaro. I've heard that in like Monterrey, they only have water for part of the day, but I know very little about it. Do you know anything about the water shortage here in this country?
In Monterrey, it's terrible, but I don't know about it at any other states. Yeah, in Monterrey, they're really struggling with that. Yes.
Do you want to wrap up the live stream soon?
Maybe we should because it's going to rain.
And you're worried about getting home?
Yes. Because, yes, I'm worried. I was thinking so much things at the same time, but yes, the answer is yes. Even if it rains, Jardines area and all of that.
Oh yeah, the flooding is really bad in that area. Oof. Country Bumpkin says, as next travel location. We were actually
Hospital.
hospital. We were actually just talking about this like yesterday or the day before or something, and we were thinking about where could we go, like up to the Sierra, up to the mountains of Querétaro. I would love to go up there, but I don't know if that's a great place to go until Mai has her surgery and is healed from that, depending on the amount of walking.
Well, we can go to Hidalgo.
I was looking at the drive to get up to up to the Sierra. What are some of the towns up there called? Like Jalpan? What else?
Pinar de Amoles.
Pinar de Amoles. I've been wanting to go there for a while. But I was looking at the map to go up there and the road was like it was so like it looked like a river snaking through, like just crazy roads. And Mai said that drive is a lot of fun.
No, I didn't. You said that.
You said it's a nightmare.
Because I was freaking out. I was like, no, I don't want to go there now.
Is there food shortages in Mexico? I don't know of any. Do you?
Is there food shortage? What's that?
Like, is there a lack of food, or are people starving because there's no food available?
Everything is much more expensive.
Getting
Maybe that's why a lot of people might have like problems on getting food and things like that. But it's not like there's no food, but because everything's much more expensive.
people are having more trouble affording the food.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can find a couple of more questions and we'll wrap it up here. Paris says, lovely stream as usual. Thanks for joining us as always, Paris. Appreciate it. Hey guys, you two are a beautiful couple. Thank you. How about a beach video? Have you guys been in the water together or swimming? No, we haven't. But yeah, I would love to do some beach destinations with you after you heal from your surgery. Maybe around Christmas time or January.
If I get the surgery in September, I won't be able to go to the beach until next year,
Okay, January.
February. The last question of the night is
You pick. You pick it.
I don't know.
Okay, just tell me when you see one. Who's a robot now? They melted together finally. Beep boop, stream end. That'd be a terrible robot.
Yes.
Have you ever tried acupuncture for your foot?
No. Scares me. I mean, I would love to learn about acupuncture, but I will never try it because, yeah, it scares me a little bit. I mean, I think it will help me with like managing of foot pain and things like that, but I don't think it's like the final best solution.
Okay. You will love the beach for rehab. Swimming is the best rehab.
Yes.
Spencer says, good night.
Good night.
Have a great night. Thank you all for joining the stream. Thanks so much for anyone who sent super chats and commented, and thanks to the moderators and all of you for joining us for this almost 3-hour live stream. And hopefully we'll see you back here next weekend.